Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of Plague Inc. Evolve, the Windows Early Access beta version of the cell phone game. First things first, let me ask everybody to turn off whitelist me and any ad blockers. Help me make a career. We're unlocking genes. We've gone through each plague several times now, and we're working our way through another pass. We still can't get the necrovirus done. I'm willing, if I don't pass the necrovirus on normal next try, I'm willing to go and do the simian flu. I was gonna save it for the last since it was the latest added, but it's already unlocked and it'll give us at least something new to look at. Today we're gonna do the Neurax worm. Last time we did the fungus and actually failed with the fungus. Did not pay enough attention, I think, was the problem there. I tried to cause asbestos, as I called it, to destroy all life, and it didn't quite work. So, get these up to the newest ones. Translation is what I think is important in the Neurax worm. Playing on casual. So this time it's not going to be seasonal affective disorder, which was a pretty good name. This time, since it's a worm, I'm gonna call him Earthworm James. Why not? Of course, this is a reference to Earthworm Jim, a beloved 2D platformer, which I think may have come out for the 3DO or maybe the PlayStation 1, maybe something earlier. I don't remember. I know it wasn't on any of the Nintendo systems I had, or I never saw it. So let's see, if you're going to be a worm, an earthworm, where do you get your worms from? Well, I bet there's a lot of good fishing in the Caribbean with worms. So let's start the Caribbean. Caribbean's a pretty bad place to start, but why not? Don't want to completely cause myself to lose. Earthworm James is a Neurax worm undiscovered for thousands of years. Now humans have entered its natural habitat and given it a means to spread. So I don't think they really exist, Neurax worms. I think in theory they could, but for it to be able to get into the brains of humans and control them, it would have to be secretly running around for thousands of years. Ships use new sterilization cleaning techniques. New cleaning techniques are now being used to stop ships transmitting any diseases between countries. Only advanced waterborne diseases can survive on it. So now I have to get to like waterborne 1 before I even have a chance of infecting any other country. Pretty bad random event to happen, considering, yeah, considering we just, oops, I think I chose the wrong ones there. Considering there's no airport in the Caribbean, the only way it can transfer is pretty much by boat. They could shut their borders, that's true, but does the Caribbean have a border next to America or Mexico? United States or Mexico? Is that realistic? Sure, I guess people swim across there every now and then. Upgrade lets ships be infected again. The water transmission upgrade lets Earthworm James survive the new cleaning techniques on ships and spread them between countries. So, I don't know a lot about Earthworm Jim. I know it's like an alien space suit crashed and an Earthworm got in it, and it allowed him to start walking around and shooting a laser gun. London's mystery for the Olympics. Here we're having that bug again. I may have had this bug on the cell phone version too, but it's definitely not right. We should not be getting Trojan planes or more Trojan planes. Maybe they're just not explaining it correctly. Maybe they are supposed to always get Trojan planes. They've already discovered us. I can't believe this. Let's see. Need 11 DNA just to neural breach mutated. Caribbean shuts down its land borders. Just what are the Caribbean's land borders? I mean, can you see this anywhere? Here's, of all these charts and graphs and everything, your land borders don't tell you what it actually is touching. And then the Caribbean thought, I have no idea. I mean, I have no idea what they're talking about as far as land borders to the Caribbean. So I need another 13 DNA. Earthworm James, just another parasite. Yep, that's pretty good. I'm glad they're not too concerned, so we can start doing some of this. Now, see, the game pauses when the screen pops up, but you can click the boxes. I consider that a flaw. If this is supposed to be a timing game, I shouldn't be able to click the boxes when it's paused on the pop-up. The entire gameplay mechanic should be paused. Theoretically, Earthworm James could manipulate people's brains. So do we want to give it more symptoms? Do we want to save our DNA? They haven't gotten... Oh. I'm screwing up there. Valve slower, time slower than thought. Actually just looked at the Steam Greenlights page, considering maybe doing reviews of the trailers of the awful games that try to get greenlit. And one of them was Gabe Newell's Simulator, where Gabe Newell is finally trying to release Half-Life 3, but all of his co-workers turn themselves into monsters to stop him because they don't want it out for some reason. Like, anybody would actually want to stop the release of Half-Life 3. Good or bad game, I think everybody wants it out. Just say it's done with. Need a little cold resistance here. But so you run around playing as the character, assuming the Gabe Newell shooting all your workers, which, you know, it runs into the danger of being a threat. I have 231 DNA, wow. It really does. If you make a game about killing a bunch of real people that actually exist, some courts might interpret that as a actionable, dangerous, credible threat against those people. And so it's a little strange that it's on Valve because of that. Now, I'm sure they probably just see a bigger worldview and or haven't seen the game at all, and they don't want to give it more presence by banning it. Often those games try to stir up controversy and cry stupid things like they're being censored because they're not allowed on the servers they would prefer they would be allowed on. But I mean, yeah, don't do that. Don't jokingly make death notes and put real people's names in it. Don't do anything like that. It's all a joke. Like, let me tell you, it's 99% of the people who get thrown in jail for making threats against people. I'd say 99% of them were joking and 1% were serious. So don't think for a second that that it was only a joke is gonna save you. We're at 23% on here. We could just go ahead and do our genetic reshuffles right now. Just letting this thing spread. So let's see. The World Cup has been cancelled. Try and figure out where the last few healthy people are. New Zealand, is it? Just about 10 million people still healthy. I've got 236 and I'm mutating symptoms and very few people have died. There we go, New Zealand again. To infect a big old chunk of them. I think that'll be it. Earthworm James is controlling you. Confirmed, Earthworm James has the ability to control humans. Scientists urge governments to investigate further. So, I don't want to end this with them worshipping the worm, but I would like to. Uh-oh, fully sequenced. That is no good. So let's. There are no healthy people. That's good. Let's go here. I don't want them to make people upset or anything like that. I want to make them happy. There you go. Love path, psychosis. So I'm gonna devolve this. Oops. Let's see what psychosis do. Despair. Oh, I could actually kill everybody this way. I don't think we've done this one. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and just devolve happiness. I'm just wasting stuff basically. So I'm gonna make them all very suicidal. Yep, so I wasted a lot of stuff making different decisions on the symptoms there. But I think this would be pretty cool. So everybody is suicidal now. First death in Sudan. Everyone is suicidal over Earthworm James. I think people in reality, as far as Earthworm Jim, would like to see it come back. And I'm sure a few people, Adoration mutated. Well, I'm not going to take it off. I'm sure a few people would love to missed it, but there's so many games of the old days that it doesn't. People would nostalgically like them to come back, but in reality, they're not that important. And I can certainly see that even like Mario games, Nintendo games, beloved series that have never really stopped being released, if they had stopped being released on their worst games, I guess Mario Sunshine would probably arguably be the worst Mario game. If they had stopped releasing Mario games after Mario Sunshine, I don't think there would be a huge cry for it to come back. Possibly not. Hallucinations, blindness, and trying not to increase the lethality from other things than suicide. Lethality doesn't seem to be too high on suicide though. So, well, people are killing themselves pretty fast. This is an interesting plague. The worm is going to infect people and make them kill themselves. Well, then the worm has no hosts. You don't get to see a lot of zombie movies since we're working towards the zombie plague and winning. Nuclear explosion in Japan. Not again. That was probably insensitive, but okay. But what was it talking about? I made a stupid joke and then I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, it's not a very good host, but it would be cool if there was a movie or disease where despair was the beginning and then zombies came about. So people infected with the zombie created disease were suicidal, and that would at least massively and very quickly increase the number of dead. What you have to assume at the beginning of all zombie apocalypse is that there's some kind of war or other disease that's fatal in some other way to kill so many people. Because if there's just one zombie wandering around the city, most people are going to be able to get some baseball bats and beat it to death before it can bite enough people to infect another one. It's not until they get into massive numbers. We are almost done with this planet. We have gotten rid of almost everybody through suicide. It's down to the last 3 million. We've seen, I think, maybe if I get 26 we can look at this one. I don't think we've looked at this one. It's whatever it is. Well, let's see, will we get refunded? No. So we can't bring it up. That's alright, we will come back to every plague when we have the unlimited cheat, unlimited DNA. Earthworm James set to destroy humanity. He may have been set to destroy humanity in the game. I don't know, I just never played it. It looked like a fun enough game, but I don't think it was on the console I was playing. I used to play either the Genesis or the 3DO inside of a store called Sears, which who knows if they still exist at this point, at the point of you listening. Schizophrenia mutated, and Sears was a very strange place to have a video game section, but in the day it had a section for everything. So I used to go to the mall and stand at this display and play it. Much like if you go to a GameStop today, you can probably still catch a kid spending all day standing in front of a console playing the game. Because they don't have it at home. It's sad. It was sad back then and it's sad now to see the kids that parents won't get them, can't get them video games to stay at home and away from adults, which is what we really want. Earthworm James has eliminated all life on Earth. It took us 838 days to do that. We got a complex, pretty complex Neurax worm. Cure progress to 54%. Not a very high score though. Did it take us too long? I don't know. I don't know what really was there that lost us points, but we only got 3,670 and 2 biohazards. I would think we deserved more. But okay, whatever. So with that, we have unlocked it Aquasite, and that is good news. Next time we play as the Parasite. And so Aquasite is the increase over water transmission by sea, and that is actually better than airplanes because there are more ports in this game than there are airports. It should probably be 50-50, directly even on the percentages. So you really have to choose, but you really don't, because you know that there are more ports, because I just told you. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. As always, I hope that you liked this. Please like the video if you did like it, and like it even if you don't like it, if you would be so kind. Share this video, subscribe to my channel, and comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps me out with YouTube. If you want to support me through fan funding, click on my name, Rydo. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Any amount you donate will be greatly appreciated. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Google Plus, or friend me on Steam or Battle.net, all that information is down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.